today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Offensively for Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater will be at the controls, the talented quarterback out of Louisville.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write, possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
44, Mike.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
If you know, you know.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And one of the things that I think that Derek Carr has really improved in doing since college is his ability to stay in the pocket, things swirling around him, find the right guy, and deliver the ball with accuracy. Derek Carr has great touch when he throws the football.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Raider ball carrier.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. A Raider first down, Carter Renfrow.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left. He's going to take, and now the ball's out. Carr lost it, fumble, and the Panthers have recovered. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10 at their 38. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. That's good for a Carolina first. Bridgewater to Moore. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
He brought him down. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
From the gun, Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Joey Sly on now for the Panthers.
Panther field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
The score, Panthers 3, Raiders 0.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Joey Slide.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Pressure comes in, he's brought down, it's a Panther sack. Derek Brown, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Derek Brown able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. This complete left side to Aguilar. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down. A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Pharaoh Cooper. Returnable here from the 38. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. A safety with a sack there, LaMarcus Joyner. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Ball carrier.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it. And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Throwing, Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And it's caught. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Panthers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And nothing special there. They showed they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st down, Carr throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Carr now on 1st down. That's caught by Waller out left side. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Carr again. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr gives to Richard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Virtually nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Carr now on first down. The open man here, Renfro. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
On first down, Richard. He won't go down, and he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
He was brought down at the
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller there to make the grab. And the Raiders are back within a score. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Daniel Carlson.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10. At their
Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
the ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
A gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
36-yard.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check back. 44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Don't get nervous.
Here's Bridgewater. That'll be taken in by Anderson.
Bridgewater's pass complete to Robbie Anderson. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And again, it's Bridgewater. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's McCaffrey. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Check. Hey, man. Watch the boot. 44 is Mike. 44 is Mike.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Bridgewater. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Max Crosby drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
A little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater, and he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Let's go,
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. This is McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Shotgun now for Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on first down is Carr. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 32 that time. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game, as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Complete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. To throw again. Carr. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
56 to mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
Here's Carr to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
It's a screen to Richard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Raiders 7.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now an option play on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
But the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, Bridgewater. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert, and I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 22-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
Raiders 7.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Richard. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Jacobs, the ball
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Down. Ready?
On first down, Carr. The open man here, Renfro. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Richard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to fourth down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up first and goal. Here's Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second down and goal. Carr feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing now is Carr. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
To throw again on second down, Bridgewater. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete.
DJ Moore.
The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for Carolina. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 31, Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Carr now on first down. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 48-yard line.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Carr, he's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Raiders on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at third and a few inches. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jacobs now. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On the draw, Richard. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Carr now to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Jalen Richard now on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And he'll throw right away. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Carr now on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36.
A gain of 18.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr again. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Carr to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. First down Raiders, Carr to Waller.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing on first down is Carr. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
56, 56, right there, 56.
One more time with Jacobs. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll run with Jacobs. A strong run. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Bridgewater, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And he's going to find his go-to man so far. That's Moore. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Ready? Check. Man, that's trash. 44.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It's 4th down.
A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. This to break our 4th quarter time. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He'll find Richard here underneath. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Pride. He's at the 30, 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Slide for the PAT.
For the point after.
And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So Carr and the Raiders now down 28-21, a little under 2.5 to go. And the missed field goal gives them new life as they come up in a 1-score game on 1st and 10. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 45-yard line.
Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. He's back to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 36. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Las Vegas.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw, Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Carr going to go on 4th down. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for, but it'll be second and goal. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Back to throw. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it. And this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. He'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. He was
How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Again, it's Carr. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for two.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Carlson on for the PAT. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now to add the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
That will tie the game 28-all.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And the touchdown at PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Bridgewater. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now the first throw in overtime for Bridgewater. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, but it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the gun, Bridgewater. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he gets it down to the 32. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Bridgewater again. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
Raiders 28.
They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return forthcoming for Richard, as this will come out to the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Carr. And once more to Ruggs. This time the catch made. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They run it with Jacobs. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Brought down right at the line.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That, the definition of a do-or-die play, but they keep this overtime session going with a 1st down.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play, and even better execution.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.